Live from the banks of the Ohio, we welcome you to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Today, it's the second of this three-game series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. Dan Straley is on the mound for Game 2. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, guys, last year, ERA was not good. Skyrocketed all season long. He's hoping to post a much better year this time around.
Gregory Polanco makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Right fielder, Gregory Polanco.
And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one.
First pitch, 110.
Hit hard to short. Cozart has it. Throw on to first in time, one away. A chance here to check out the starting lineup for the visiting Pirates. Steve, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, how about come out here and just swing for the trees? This is a great hitter's park, and you might need a big showing out of your offense to give them a chance to win. So this is the place to do it.
Starling Marte will stride in now. 2 hits for him, including a home run in last night's contest. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Nope. There's a fastball to start him off, but that misses for ball one. Our temperature not quite 60 degrees, 59 here at game time this afternoon. Bases are empty, one man out. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Well, time to look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Dave Lawrence.
I think Lawrence is pretty consistent and respected for his strike zone. He doesn't seem to miss many pitches too often.
I'll straighten him up there on that fastball. It's 1-2 now.
Yeah, when that's upstairs like that, that's a pitch you've got to leave alone and make him bring something down.
Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Moving under it, Hamilton. And that's the second out of the inning. And with that, let's take a look at the defense for the Cincinnati Reds. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Yeah, Joey Votto is recognized as a great, actually an elite offensive player, but he's one of the better defensive first basemen as well. He's won a Gold Glove. He's got quick reflexes, soft hands, and most important, he does not make mental mistakes out in the field.
Andrew McCutchen will stand in now. He homered in the ballgame last night. First pitch of the at-bat. In there at the knees, strike one.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Phillips has got it, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. Now it'll be the Reds' turn, no score. Jonathan Neese will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, last year he had an ERA over 4. For a starting pitcher, that's a bit high. Looking to have a better year this season.
Billy Hamilton comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Billy Hamilton.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike one. Eric, we take a look at the Pirates as they take the field here this afternoon. It appears to be all systems go to start the new year as they've come out of the gates on a 4-game winning streak.
And it was a great start to the road trip. They were able to pull out a 1-run victory, so hopefully that'll give them a little momentum because they've got some very difficult games coming up in this stretch. Man, he can flat out fly. I mean, once this thing got down, you figured if this is a fair ball, it's a base hit. That's almost too easy there.
Eugenio Suarez will stand in. He's got that average pushing up near 300 to start the new season. Nice pauses. Here comes the first pitch.
That's a ball.
And this misses outside and a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. And you figure now this would be a spot where that man might try to take second base.
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold the ball a little longer out there on the mound. Really vary your times to the plate. You can't be predictable out there or he'll take advantage.
Grounded down the third baseline. And Freese won't get a glove on this one. It's a fair ball.
Good start to the inning here as back-to-back singles have him in a good position to push across that first run of the afternoon.
Joey Votto will stand in, trying to keep up the hot pace as he's well over 400 here to start the year. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in, so you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
And Votto's able to lay off that one as the count turns even to 1-1. First and second here with nobody out. And, oh, he definitely broke the plane there as he went after the pitch inside, and it's strike 2. Now a curveball stays inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a good idea, 1 and 2 right there, just to see if he'd chase. But now with the count even, I think this one has to be in the strike zone because you don't want to run the risk of loading the bases for the cleanup guy.
Oh, and it eats him up a bit. Unfortunately here they will get an out on the play, but the runners will move up to second and third now with 1 gone. Time now for a look at the hometown Reds starting lineup card in this one. Steve, what are they going to have to do to force a rubber match in this series?
Well, I think you need to take advantage of balls up in the zone, and you could probably say that almost every day, but this is a great hitter's park. You get something to drive, they end up in the seats here.
First delivery to him on the way. Adam Duvall comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
2 good pitches so far, both of them right at the knees, and you got to start thinking center of the diamond here. Shorten up a little bit. You've got to put something in play.
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third. And with a quick breather here, let's give you a look at how the Pirates align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, this manager loves to do the defensive shifts, so we're going to see a lot of odd formations as the game goes along. I can't wait to see how it works.
Jay Bruce will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Yeah, not really a great performance for him yesterday, but that's just part of this ball game. You have to know that those rough ones are going to come up and bite you every once in a while.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
But now with 2 strikes, boy, if he could come up with back-to-back punch-outs, wouldn't that be something?
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. The 0-2 home. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. We're off to the second, scoreless on the show. Jung Ho Gong makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
Jung Ho Gong.
First pitch on its way. There's a good fastball on the outside corner as he'll take a look at strike 1. Lifted in the air to center. After it is Hamilton. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
That ball was hit well, and it might have been a different story if he pulled it. Instead, he hit it to the big part of the ballpark, and he's retired.
Into the box now, David Freese. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Here's the first pitch to him. And this pitch is right down the middle, strike one.
And, you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two.
He's found a pretty nice rhythm out here early on.
Way outside. 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, he essentially tripled up there. That means he threw the same pitch 1, 2, 3 times in a row. You don't see that very often, but it's going to work out for him as he gets the strikeout.
Standing in now, Francisco Cervelli, as he'll watch a slider that stays inside for ball 1. No score here as we play inning number 2. Not close. It's 2-0.
Well, it's looking like this might be their best chance to get that first base runner out there. And really, this has been one of the few guys that's even been ahead in the count.
And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1.
Boy, and this is why you're trying to get yourself into good hitters' counts. This is just right down the middle on 2-0, and swinging at this should be your reward, but he decides to let it go.
Smokes this one into deep center field. Hamilton going back, still going back. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Down in order go the Pirates. We'll go to the bottom of the second, no score. Devin Mesoraco strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Devin Mesoraco.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Now, how important is it going to be for this guy to throw that curveball for strikes?
I don't know that he necessarily needs to ever throw it for a strike. I mean, if it's around the plate and he's getting guys to go after it, it's doing its job. But if he starts to get too high or too far outside, then it's just an easy take.
Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Neese into his motion. Here's the 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Yeah, I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Hit to short. Gung's got it. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Batting 7, the shortstop, Zach Cozart.
Striding into the box, Zach Cozart, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Yeah, and in a good hitter's park like this one, it's going to be even more important than usual to keep that fastball down. That's right where he's got to be living.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
0-2 is the count.
Bottom of the second here with no score. Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and chopped up the middle. Gung is there. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
I want you to watch this play here at short. Look at how he picks this ball up. He knows he doesn't have a second to lose, so he makes a quick transition into a throwing motion, gets rid of it quickly, and throws his man out at first. That play is well done.
Here's Brandon Phillips. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. And this one misses to Phillips. It's a ball and a strike. Two out, nobody on. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now. High and deep to right. Back goes Polanco at the track. And a leaping effort at the wall, but it's in vain. A home run. A solo home run for Brandon Phillips. As the Reds strike first, it's 1-0.
Such a good start to the inning. He kept the ball down, got 2 ground ball outs. You're thinking, hey, he looks like he's in charge out there. But then he makes one mistake to the third guy here, and it winds up leaving the yard.
Batting 9th. Pitcher.
Stepping in now, Dan Straley. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
Yeah, looked like he hit the target. That's a tough pitch to lay off, but he made it pan out.
2-0.
Well, he's just going to go right on taking pitches. You have to throw strikes here with 2 outs, especially when you got the pitcher up there.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. 3-0 now.
Of all the people to lose the strike zone against in this lineup, he's got to be out there thinking, how is this happening against the pitcher?
And no doubt about this one, it's in there, 3-1.
Don't be surprised if he still doesn't have the green light on 3-1.
Okay. 3-2 now.
Well, this is turning into a real dogfight now.
Smoke toward third. Fielded by Freeze. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Reds pick up a run on this home run by Brandon Phillips. We've played 2. It's now 1-0 Reds. Welcome back to Cincinnati for Major League Baseball on the show from Great American Ballpark. John Jaso will stand in now to lead things off. 7, 8, and 9 here to start the 3rd inning.
And maybe one of these guys can break this string of 6 straight retired to start the ball game.
First offering on its way. Now a fastball to start the 3rd. That misses. It's ball 1. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
Wow, he is spotting that fastball on a dime here early on.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And he comes up empty there on a pitch in the dirt and falls behind now 1-2.
Yeah, that's in a great spot, too. Just hard, late movement working down and in.
And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now. Hit hard back up the middle. And this is going to get on through into center, a leadoff hit.
Yeah, nothing too special about a ground ball single up the middle here, but if you keep putting the ball in play like they've been doing, good things have a tendency to happen. We'll see if this gets them started.
Josh Harrison will stand in, and you see the average there, up over 300 to start the new season. From the stretch. Lays off 1-0.
I think that's consistent with how the strike zone gets called nowadays. You know, that's a strike in the rule book, but most umpires won't give you that pitch anymore.
One 1-0 pitch on the way. Just missing here, 2-0.
Well, if he's missing right here, he ain't missing by much. Not getting too many favors behind the plate.
Two 2-0 pitch on the way. That one's more like it, he says. Back to 2-1 now.
And at the plate, if you've got an umpire helping you out, no reason to go after a borderline pitch on 2-0.
Up the middle and off the pitcher's leg. Unable to recover. He's safe at first, and now the attention turns back to the guy on the mound. And with that play over now, time to check and see if our man is all right. You can really see him favoring that leg, and that is his plant leg, which is always a concern. But from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay to try and continue. So striding in, John Neese, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And no surprise to see the pitcher squaring around as he gets this one down.
Well, I've got to think this is a lack of communication right here. I don't know if he heard an "I got it" or what, but this should be an easy pop out. Instead, he doesn't even get leather on it.
Here's Gregory Polanco as he'll swing here and lift a fly ball out to right center. Bruce is there, looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. And they will not try anything here, so the bases remain loaded with one away.
Yeah, that's just a good idea right there to hold the runner at third. He's got a big arm out there in right field, and he might have thrown his guy out by 20 feet if they tried to send him.
So stepping in, Starling Marte, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. First pitch coming, here it is. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
At the plate, the worst case scenario, you've got to be thinking sac fly. A grand slam sure would be nice, but you've got to make sure you at least get that tying run home.
And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1. A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here.
Boy, that's just a nice pitch right there with the bases loaded. He gets an infield fly out of it for a big second out, and now he's given himself a much better chance to get out of this mess.
Here's Andrew McCutchen now. as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0.
You can't afford to get overconfident on the mound. You've gotten 2 of the 3 outs you need here, but this is still a very dangerous hitter. You're not out of the woods yet.
The set and the 1-0 pitch. And this is lined right back up the middle. And that is through into center field, a base hit. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. It's 1-1.
Boy, I'll tell you, these are the scary ones for a pitcher. This is going to give you a pretty good angle right here because this ball is hit so hard, and it's just about right at him. I mean, there's no time to do anything out there. And he's pretty lucky that one didn't get him because he would have taken his head off.
Into the box now, Jung Ho Gong. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. Problems compounding here after a smooth start to the game.
Yeah, whoever that guy was that pitched the first 2 innings, he hasn't shown up yet in the third. He's looked like a completely different guy.
Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1.
Yeah, definitely taken all the way. Not a bad idea with the bases loaded.
Bases are loaded here, 2 down. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. One and two, here it comes. And he got him. Minimizing the damage at just a run. The inning is over. So it's 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error, and they leave the bases loaded. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3, all tied at 1-1. Billy Hamilton digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Out in front of it, strike 1. Tap fouled at home plate. Nice is ready. Here it is on 0-2. Scorched to third. Freeze is there. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez.
Eugenio Suarez is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip. And he lays off there, 1-0.
Ball 1, no strike.
That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
Drives it the other way to deep right. Polanco ranging back, and goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A solo shot here to straightaway right field, and the Reds now take a 2-1 lead.
And that's already 2 home runs he's coughed up here in the first 2 1/3 innings. He's not fooling anybody out there, and they just keep pouring it on.
In is Joey Votto now,
Baseman number 19, Joey
as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1.
And these guys already have 1 home run here in the inning, and now you get to the real power guys here. So you need to be careful.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. A high strike there, and it's 1-1. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful not to give up yet another home run here in this inning. So you can see they're approaching with caution here.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And here's a ball hit in the air. In there, a base hit.
Boy, and how he managed to get enough on this swing to get it into the outfield, it's beyond me. I mean, this is pure muscle right here because that ball is nowhere close to the barrel of the bat.
Adam Duvall steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
Swung on and missed. It's 0-1.
That's just a great spot for the fastball against a hitter like this. Just off the plate enough to make him offer, but not good enough that he can do anything with it.
Runners on first with 1 down. Pitch in the dirt, and that scoots right on by. And a bad time for that as the runner takes second here.
Well, if you're following along with the thought process right here, he just watched the guy chase a pitch way out of the strike zone, so he's thinking, hey, I might as well throw another one out of the strike zone where he can't hit it. Unfortunately for him, he also threw it somewhere where his catcher couldn't catch it.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. 1 out and a runner on second base. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Hot shot to third. Freeze has it on to first, and there are 2 down.
Well, that's a nice job right there to readjust to that curveball. I don't know if he was sitting on it or what, but he certainly hit it hard. Unfortunately for him, right at someone.
Jay Bruce in now. He went down looking at his first trip to the plate.
And he was absolutely frozen with a good fastball, so let's see if he's a little more aggressive on that pitch this time.
And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
Yeah, showing no fear there. He put the pitch right at the letters away, but that guy didn't want any part of it.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And he misses with it, 1-1.
Well, that's not a real favorable call for him right here. It's one thing when you're facing a lightweight hitter up there, but facing a guy like this, the difference between 1-1 and 0-2 is huge.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Giasso is there for it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. 1 for the Reds in the inning, and it comes courtesy of this solo home run. We're through 3 here in the Queen City. It's now 2-1 Cincy. David Freese is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0.
And down by a run, a leadoff walk would certainly help the cause. He's got to shrink that strike zone here and not chase anything that he shouldn't be swinging at.
The 2-0 on the way. Too high. And it's 3-0.
And he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
Yeah, a much better pitch there than the one he threw on 2-0.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
And that's what I'd call an intelligent at-bat right there. It's good knowledge of the strike zone, and more importantly, of how the home plate umpire calls the strike zone. Got himself a leadoff walk.
In now, Francisco Cervelli, as he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner. Well, that pitch isn't going to light up the radar gun, but it's been effective.
Well, it doesn't have to. If you get that good movement and put it in the right spot, it's plenty good enough to do the job.
Oh, and he was fooled that time on the pitch away as he went around for strike 2. 1 run on 3 hits, and no errors so far for the Pirates. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. On the ground to the left side. Scooped up. Phillips for 1. On to Votto, a double play.
Well, if you want to go by the numbers, somewhere around 37% of leadoff walks come around to score. Now, EK, I know you didn't know that, but that won't be an issue here as he bounces right back and he gets himself the double play.
Here's John Jaso now. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Bucks go down quietly. They still trail it here 2-1. Devin Mesoraco is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Catcher, number 39.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Oh, and he can't come up with it. And the recovery's too late as he's able to beat the throw to first.
Well, here's another look. This looked to be a fairly routine play. Just might have hit him, though, on the heel of the glove, and now they've got a leadoff base runner.
Here's the shortstop, Zach Cozart. Runner goes for second. High in the air, carrying well out to deep center. Out of here. She was a wall scraper, but it counts just the same. A home run. Two-run shot to straightaway center as the Reds have opened up a 4-1 lead.
Wow, he has proven to be a real nuisance in the first 2 games of this series. A home run in last night's ball game, and now another one here.
Here's Brandon Phillips. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1.
Well, even though he's thrown a first pitch strike to about 70% of the batters he's faced, the rest of his game has not been sharp, and he's not pitching well.
And this one misses to Phillips. It's a ball and a strike.
Normally that two-seamer has a lot more movement to it. It's been pretty straight for him in this one, and he's gotten into trouble because of it.
And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. You start to worry that maybe this already has the makings of a short outing.
And that's not what that man right there wants to hear. He'd hate to have to make a change this early, but he might have to.
Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Nice sets his sights. The 2-2 pitch. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
Well, this is just excellent plate coverage here. I mean, this is a guy that uses the entire field. And you'll see him just reach that bat out there and slap it down the first baseline for a base hit.
Into the box, Dan Straley showing bunt here, but he takes ball one.
And, you know, I've always thought if you're pretty sure a guy might be trying to bunt, then put that first pitch out of the strike zone. Make him show you his intentions. Maybe you get him to offer it something that he shouldn't.
And he pulls back the bunt attempt, 2-0. Not the right time to lose the strike zone here.
Definitely not when you've got a guy giving himself up.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. And no take on 2-0. He's still squaring, and he gets it down. One there, on to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Yeah, you want to put this down to the right side, force that first baseman to field it, but that ball is bunted just way too hard, so that's a good decision defensively to go ahead and take the force at second.
Here's Billy Hamilton standing in. That's popped up out towards short right field. Harrison onto the grass. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are two away. Third and final game of this three-game set comes your way Sunday afternoon. That's tomorrow as you see the pitchers scheduled to take the mound in the series finale. Eugenio Suarez comes forward now. A home run in his last at-bat.
Well, that was a fastball that he hit then, so we'll see if they go after him with hard stuff again.
Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. A runner on first with 2 away. Look out, 2-0 now.
I'll say this, he wasn't going to get his arms extended on that one.
Now it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing in the Pittsburgh bullpen. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. 2 out with the man at first. Over at the knees, and that's the second strike. Chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. And another foul ball. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. But the Reds do push across a couple on this 2-run home run. We played 4. It's now 4-1 Reds. Leading off the inning, Josh Harrison, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1.
Well, this guy has thrown a first pitch strike to about 50% of the batters he's faced. He's pitching well, but those numbers could be pumped up a little bit.
Right side, hit hard. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard. So with the leadoff man on base, time to reach back into the feverish days of the 1980s, where video game baseball meant using your joystick to control 3 men on a black screen. It's today's version of this date in baseball history. The pitcher, Jonathan Neese, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. And good hustle to get over and tag him for the out.
Well, this is a nice job here of giving himself up. You see him square and put this ball down over toward the right side of the infield, and that's just where you want it to be. They do put the tag on him, but, hey, he gets the job done.
Here's Gregory Polanco, as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one. Bullet back up the middle, but right at the shortstop for the second out.
Well, don't worry. I'll tell you, if you keep hitting the ball like this, sooner or later it's going to even out as the season goes on. Just a little unlucky right there as he hits that ball right at him.
Here's Starling Marte, as he will swing at the first pitch and send a ground ball out to short. And he's safe at first as he beats this one out by about a half a step.
And if this is almost any other guy in baseball, he's going to be out. But he just gets down that line so fast, and he winds up beating this one out.
Andrew McCutchen will come forward now in a great RBI chance here with runners at the corners.
And these opportunities have been few and far between so far. They've got to make something happen soon, or this game might just get away from them.
Pitch out, nothing doing. 1-0 count. Here it is. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
He's still got a couple pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. You got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and get back in the zone.
The 2-0 pitch. And little doubt about that one. That's in there, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, you know, he probably got the fastball he was looking for, but on 2-0, you can look for one pitch in one spot. And if it's not in that spot, you take it.
All even now, 2-2. Has to be thinking strikeout here. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2. EK, where are you going now on 3-2?
I still got to work a corner. Not just going to throw it right down the middle and grab a strike. Can't be a giveaway pitch.
Throw over to first. Back in standing.
Just checking.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Drilled on the ground to short. Throw on to first is in time, and that snuffs out the Bucco rally as the inning is over. Pirates strand a couple. They trail it 4-1. Joey Votto will dig in 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Neese gets the sign. Here's the 0-1. Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he'll start the fifth the same way he ended the fourth with a punch out, 1 away.
And here's that sequence once again right here on Show Track. Now, normally this is a guy that you might want to nibble with, but he was all business here in this at-bat. Each one of these pitches finds the strike zone, and they're able to set him down quickly to lead off the inning.
Stepping in now, Adam Duvall. As he'll take a breaking ball too low, and it's 1-0. 4 runs, 7 hits. 1 error on the ledger for Cincinnati so far. Ooh, and he finds his spot there, 1-1. To short, hit hard. Throw gets him, 2 down.
The right fielder, number 32,
Jay Bruce will stand in. He struck out and popped out in 2 trips.
Well, not a great start at the plate. We'll see if he can get something to drive right here.
Just off the outside, and it's 1-0. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. 5th inning here in a 4-1 ball game. And this one misses to Bruce as he moves out in front. It's 2-1. Right on the corner, 2-2.
Well, he's really starting to hit his stride here in this 5th inning.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Reds are down in order as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Jung Ho Gong will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
And this whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the 1 run. That's it.
And now a right-hander's begun to loosen up in the Cincinnati bullpen. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. For that man right there, just the 1 run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
And he looks at a changeup in there, 1-1.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Chop foul right at home plate. Trying to strike him out for the 2nd time. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the 1st out.
And if they're going to continue to get themselves out on pitches out of the strike zone like this, they're going to have a hard time getting back into this ball game. I mean, this pitch is really not at all that close, but he can't lay off of it.
Here comes the first pitch. David Freese is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. He continues to get ahead here. He's been in complete control.
I think you need to guard yourself from being overconfident, though. A bloop and a blast could still turn this game on its ear.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Fly ball heading for the alley. Hamilton is after it, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. And he will check in with his first extra base hit of the year. It's a double.
Now batting, catcher, Francisco Cervelli.
Francisco Cervelli will dig in. He's flown out and hit into a double play in 2 trips. Too high, 1-0. For Freese, that's his first double of the year here on the young campaign. The 1-0 delivery. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd be in any big hurry to challenge this guy again. I'd see if I could make him go out of the zone, maybe chase a bad pitch.
One and one, here it is. Oh, and he hung the slider here, and it's a towering drive out to deep left field. This ball is gone, a home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left as it's trimmed to a 4-3 game now.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Here's John Jaso now.
John,
as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. That last home run, officially 406 feet. Hits are even at 7 apiece. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And the slider gets him swinging, 2 gone.
Well, this is how you got to do it in this league. If you give up a 2-run home run, you got to just move on quickly. And he's still upset about it, don't get me wrong, but it's when you dwell on it that you get yourself into more trouble.
Stepping in, Josh Harrison. He singled his last time up. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. And there's ball 1. On his way to pitch number 75. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Yeah, that's a great pitch on 1-2. You started in the zone, and hopefully you'll get that guy thinking he needs to protect. It turned out to be a good take.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
He showed him that slider running away 2 times in a row. Well, now might be a good time to call on that 2-seamer running in.
Hit in the air out to right. On the move is Bruce. He can't get there as it falls in. The throw into second. Man, this will wind up a closer play than I thought, but he's in there with 2 bases.
Yeah, real good extension on the swing that time as he goes out and gets that ball. You'll see the right fielder's got no shot at this one as it's over his head and 1 hops the wall out there. That's going to allow him to coast into second with an easy double.
Matt Joyce will look to provide a little 2-out thunder off the bench as he'll hit with a runner at second and 2 away. And this is low, ball 1. So after the strong 5 innings, things have not come as easily for him here in inning number 6.
Well, this is kind of the MO of this lineup. They have a way of just wearing you down, and they're starting to get into some better counts to hit, and that work's paying off.
In for a strike, it's 1-1.
I think here they'd be happy to get 6 strong out of him, and Call it an afternoon.
Trying to hold the lead. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Boy, what a nice job so far of working himself into a hitter's count. Now he can go to work on maybe picking up that 2-out RBI out of the 9-hole.
2 out here and a runner at second. Sent on the ground out to second. Phillips is up with it. Throw goes to Votto over at first. It's in time to retire the side. But the Pirates do get a couple here on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the 6th is straight ahead. It's the Reds 4 and the Pirates 3. Ryan Vogelsong is out from the bullpen now as he'll be making his first appearance of this young season.
Ryan Vogelsong.
Devin Mesoraco will stride in as he'll lead things off here in the Cincinnati 6th.
Devin Mesoraco.
And that's in there for strike 1. And he falls behind 0-2. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And they take him out of the zone here, and he obliges. Not the greatest of swings there for the first out.
Well, this curveball, it just disappears. He thinks he's right on it at the plate, and look where it winds up. Completely out of the zone. And that's what you want as a pitcher. You want hitters to chase pitches that aren't strikes.
Zach Cozart will stand in again as we flash you back here to the 4th inning. This was a 2-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. Into the windup and the pitch. Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Swing and a little tapper. That rolls foul for strike 1. 4-3 our score here as we play inning number 6. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
Boy, you talk about a ball having eyes. First off, he's fortunate to get this one by the pitcher. It's not hit especially hard, but you'll see it get past second base where neither middle infielder can track it down. And it'll make its way into center field.
Brandon Phillips will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the 2nd inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Both teams with 8 hits in this one. That evens it up 1-1. Runners off for second. This is hit high and deep out to left. Marte going back at the track. The wall. Gone! A 2-run home run for Brandon Phillips. His 2nd of the game, and it's now 6-3.
Yeah, make it 4 home runs as a team now after that last one, and this guy's led the way with 2 of those 4. I tell you, I wouldn't give this guy anything to hit next time around. He's as locked in as you can get.
Standing in now, Dan Straley, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. One out, nobody on. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Maybe too much break on the slider. 2-1.
When you start that pitch off the edge, most guys know well enough to lay off. You got to start it on the edge if you want him to chase.
To 2-2 now. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
That's a nice comeback there after the home run. Sometimes the home crowd gets a little amped up, so you start to rush a little out there and you make things worse, but he's able to bounce back and get him to chase one here with 2 strikes.
Here's Billy Hamilton standing in, as he'll take a look at ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Not quite reaching 90 with the fastball, but it's 1-1 now.
Yeah, there's a good one right there, right over the top. And just fire that thing in there.
Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Lifted the other way to left center. After it is Marte. And that's the 3rd out. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run home run. Top of the order due up to start the 7th. It's the Reds 6 and the Pirates 3. Back here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Reds leading this one as we start the 7th. And before we commence, let's take a look at the game summary to this point. Gregory Polanco is set to get us started for the late innings of this one. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Fastball in there for a called strike. You surprised they've left this guy out there to start the 7th?
I thought he was looking a little shaky in the 6th, so I don't think he's going to be on a real long leash right here.
0-1 count and the pitch. Here's a high pop-up. And he'll put this one away for the 1st out of the inning.
And here's a look at his pitches by inning so far. That last one was number 84, so they're getting near the point where they'll need to start keeping tabs on him.
Starling Marte gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. And that misses inside. 1-0. That command may be starting to drift a bit. It's 2-0 now. That one's more like it, he says. Back to 2-1 now. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. On his way to second goes Marte. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double.
And if you're going to work away with a 2-seam fastball, which I don't think is the best pitch anyway, you better start that thing out of the zone and let it work its way back to the corner. Here, as you can see, he starts it on the corner, so you know what's going to happen. It's going to leak right back out over the heart of the plate. And that's a mistaken location, pure and simple.
Here's Andrew McCutchen now, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Danger here, as this is a guy who can make this a one-run game.
And if he does, make him do it out to right field. I wouldn't give him anything he can pull.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Left side. Fielded by Kozar. Throw in time as he's called out on a bang-bang play at first.
Now batting, shortstop, Jung-Ho Kang.
Jung-Ho Kang comes forward now, and he's got to get on base any way he can with that possible tying run standing behind him in the on-deck circle.
Find a way to get it done. That's what it's all about right here. Give your guys a chance to make something big happen.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1.
You've got options here, so you don't need to go after this guy if you don't want to.
A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ball pulled hard down the line in left. And this will get by him at third down the line. It's a fair ball. And the runner scores from second as they cut away into that deficit here. Now a 6-4 ball game.
Took him a while to pick up that first hit of the ball game, but he made it count as he was able to drive in the run on the RBI single.
Here comes Brian Price now out of the Reds dugout on his way to the mound. And a change is in the offing. That's going to be all for Dan Straley. So as he departs, he'll remain responsible for the man left to board, but he cannot lose this one. Jumbo Diaz will take over here with the runner at first and 2 gone in the inning.
Jumbo Diaz.
David Freese steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy, and it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And boy, a high strike called there. That's not all that consistent, but it's strike 1.
Just no chance to pull the trigger on that one. It just got on him too fast.
A 1 pitch on its way. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
He will definitely give you something to think about up there. There are no comfortable at-bats against this guy.
Lays off his slider that time. 2-1. A runner on first with 2 away. Hit pretty well out toward right center field. Back goes Bruce, still ranging back. He can't make the play as it hops over the wall, and that's a break for the defense as it's going to keep the runner from first from scoring.
I think they're going to catch a break here defensively. With 2 outs in the inning, you know that third base coach is going to be waving that runner in from first, but you see this ball take a big hop and just sneak over that outfield wall, so that runner's going to have to return to third base.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Bruce giving chase. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Pirates get just the 1, and that's all. Stretch time now here in Cincinnati. It's the Reds 6 and the Buccos 4. Eugenio Suarez will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the 3rd inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going. Now here's the pitch. And a high strike there, 0-1. Squared that one up just a little late. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes.
If you want to see a guy get blown away at the plate, this is just one finger down 3 times in a row. He was just overmatched there.
In is Joey Votto now. That's yanked into the stands. Strike one. 1 out, nobody on. Hard stuff on the corner, and he's got him 0-2 now.
Well, he's got a different look to him in this 7th inning. Much more determined.
And he gripped that one a bit too tightly as it broke down and just about got him.
You got to be careful with that inside location on 0-2. The last thing you want to do is hit him.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. On to first, and Votto's gone for out number 2.
The left fielder, number 23, Adam Duvall.
Adam Duvall will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of all or nothing type hitters. But hey.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds. They're up 6-4. J.J. Hoover will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
J.J. Hoover.
Leading off the inning, John Jaso, and they'll need him to get something going here. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
And you know what? These days, so many guys are throwing in the high 90s. It makes those mid to low 90s guys look easy. But I'll tell you what, if he mixes his pitches well, it can still be plenty fast to have to deal with.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Ripped on the ground to first. Taken in by Votto, and he'll take this to the bag of 3 unassisted for the first out. A look at our line score right there tells the story as the Reds lead this one here in the 8th in front of their home crowd here at Great American Ballpark. Digging in, Josh Harrison. He's looking to go 4 for 4 with a base hit right here. First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Up top, it's 2-0. Two and 0 count. Here it comes. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
He knows the drill out there. You got to make him swing the bat. Cannot be giving up walks at this stage of the game because those could be fatal.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1. 1 out, nobody on. And the count will be full. Crowd gets up for the 3-2. Skied into straightaway right. Bruce on the run. 2 down.
And that's just one of the few balls that really hasn't taken off today. And we've seen some balls really jump off the bat so far, but not there.
Chris Stewart will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty.
Chris Stewart.
And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Down and away, ball 1. Two out, nobody on. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Ready on 1 and 2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. Score remains steady at 6-4.
Your attention, please.
So a new pitcher to tell you about, and it's the Dominican-born right-hander Neftali Feliz who gets the call. Jay Bruce ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. Hit sharply toward the right side. And that's a base hit, so a chance for some important insurance here to kick off the bottom of the 8th. The relay, and he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
Well, these guys know the deal from the offensive standpoint. They've got to add on to give their bullpen just a little more breathing room. And this is a good start as he jumps all over this one and drives it for 2 bases.
Devin Mesoraco will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far.
Yeah, guys, he's got to be feeling a little bit like that dog that gets left out in the rain while the rest of the family's inside by the fire. I guess he's just not seeing what everyone else is.
Very weakly on the ground. Cervelli gonna have to hurry, and a rather easy first out.
The shortstop, number 2, Zach Kozar.
Zach Kozart takes his turn now, looking to add some insurance to their lead in the form of that run standing out at second base.
Yeah, a base hit right through the infield would probably do it, but you can bet those guys in the outfield are going to be coming up gunning if they get any chance at all.
Feliz is ready. Here's the 0-1. Hit on the ground to short. Taken in by Gung. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
The second baseman, number 4,
Brandon Phillips will come forward now in what could be an at-bat that goes a long way toward deciding this ball game.
And they better be careful, too, because they haven't gotten him out yet, so this is no small task.
And so they'll issue the free pass, and with the pitcher on deck, that'll force their hand here with 2 gone.
And for as hot as this guy's been recently, this is a no-brainer. Take the bat out of his hands any chance you get.
Tucker Barnhart will start to loosen up in the on-deck circle as he'll bat with 2 on and 2 out here. pulled toward right center field. McCutchen moves over. And the inning is over. Reds strand a couple. They still lead it 6-4. Tony Cingrani is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth.
Number 52, Tony Cingrani.
Kicking off the top of the ninth, Gregory Polanco, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact and he can run.
And look at this, a bunt attempt to start the ninth. But a foul ball here, 0-1. Liner toward right center. And this inning starts with a solid base hit.
When you're down by 2 in the ninth, there's that old expression about needing a bloop and a blast. Well, that was hardly a bloop. That ball was stung pretty good. But it is going to get the tying run to the plate. There's new life in that dugout.
Starling Marte comes to the plate here, and we'll see how they play it with that leadoff man on base.
Yeah, and in this situation, you've got to move that runner to second any way you can. So we're going to see how they decide to play it right here.
Cingrani pauses. Here's the first pitch. 92 splits the plate, and it's strike one. Nobody out, runner on first. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Andrew McCutchen. He's 1 for 4 for the game. He's set. Here it comes. Now a swing and a fly ball. And this had home run distance, but it just does hook foul. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a liner, but foul. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
Well, you know, if there's anybody in this lineup capable of getting a rally started, this is the guy right here.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Fooled him a bit as this is hit high in the air towards right center and shallow. Bruce has a long run, but he takes charge for route number 2.
Now batting, shortstop, Jung-Ho Kang.
Jung-Ho Kang makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the 9th inning.
That's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
Curveball is nowhere close, and it's 1-0. And now the wheels spin in that first base dugout.
Oh, that man right there has got to be sweating bullets. Hard to say I blame him at all.
Now this pitch sails up and in, and that leaves him muttering to himself. It's ball 2.
He did not like that one bit. Now, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. 2 out with the man at first. Hit hard up the middle. That's through. He's got a base hit, his second in this one. 2 for 5 now. Long throw to third, but too late, and he's safe at third.
Yeah, they tried to go inside again. I like the call, but this time he was ready for it. He drives this one for a solid base hit.
Number 59 will be summoned now to be the pinch runner.
Number 59.
Here's David Freese to stand in. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1.
They're definitely making him work out there. He came in trying to shut the door, and he has not had an easy time of it.
Here comes the 1-0. Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, he's looked at 2 close pitches. You get the feeling that this is the calm before the storm. I think he'll unload on this one if this thing is anywhere near the zone.
And this pitch is inside, and he can't find the zone all of a sudden. 3-0. Green light here on 3-0.
Yeah, I want my run producers swinging the bat. If it's my number 7 hitter, probably not.
He's set, and the 3-0 offering. In there on the corner, 3-1.
Yeah, he needed that one to avoid loading the bases, but it's still a long road back from here.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And this is in the air to right, and this should do it. Bruce has a beat on it, makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Yeah, and this home crowd is going to get to drive home happy as their guys come through with a very good win.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. And guys, the Reds' offensive attack this afternoon was led by this man, Brandon Phillips. Don't put that card in your bicycle spokes. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs. Really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Harrow, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Reds win this one 6-4. So long from Cincy.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon for the victorious Cincinnati Reds. 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. They left 6 men on base.